Hello. It's Psychocore. Embracing the abyss. The brutal truth about rising under pressure. Have you ever experienced that moment when all your efforts were supposed to culminate in triumph, yet something within you shattered, silently? Have you ever questioned why, at the very instant you needed to be unstoppable, you felt most vulnerable? This isn't mere coincidence. It's not due to a lack of preparation or inherent weakness. There's something darker, deeper, lurking in the recesses of your mind. Something you weren't even aware existed. Something that lingers on the edge of every significant opportunity. Something Nietzsche once glimpsed, yet you've avoided confronting it. You don't see it, but it resides within you. You don't hear it, yet it steers your actions. You don't comprehend it, yet it undermines your destiny. And here's the harsh truth. No matter how much you prepare, trust your abilities, or repeat motivational routines, if you fail to grasp this hidden truth, you'll always falter precisely when it matters most. Every setback, every internal breakdown, will merely echo what you've refused to face head-on. Are you prepared? It doesn't matter. The moment has arrived regardless. The issue is, no one taught you how to stand firm when the ground beneath you trembles. No one prepared you to realize that the pain, doubt, and overwhelming tension you feel under immense pressure aren't foes to eliminate. They're signs that you're exactly where you need to be. Every time you encounter a major challenge, your body reacts as though you're facing imminent destruction. That surge of hormones, the racing heartbeat, the inability to think clearly, these are ancient, primal responses. They're not failures. They're part of the cost of engaging in scenarios your ancestors could never have imagined. Are you going to keep masking your fear with excuses? Are you going to keep running? Or will you finally accept that your life truly begins when you embrace the chaos? Remember this. The person who dares to stare into the abyss without flinching begins to realize that, in reality, the abyss fears them too. Now we come to the crucial question. What are you going to do about all this? Not tomorrow. Not when you feel stronger. Not when fear subsides. Now. Because right now, you're in a battle. Even if it doesn't seem like it, every time you procrastinate, doubt, or hide, you lose a fragment of yourself. And every time you choose to act, even trembling, even on the verge of collapse, you reclaim a piece of who you were always meant to be. Will you drown in the repetition of your own cowardice? The pressure isn't the problem. The problem is confronting your own reflection. This is the war no one taught you to fight. This is the battle that consumes you silently while you pretend everything is under control. Every time you feel the world watching and can't breathe, it's not the world crushing you. It's your own weight, your own judgment, your own inability to embrace the abyss. Nietzsche didn't want you to be strong like stone. He wanted you to be strong like fire. Not to resist change but to embody it. Not to seek stability but intensity. Not to flee from the abyss but to claim it as part of you. Because only those who dance on the edge of their own destruction can create something truly indestructible. So tell me, are you going to keep waiting for everything to be easy, or are you going to dive in and build a life that, though scarred, is so alive you can't imagine it without the pain? In the end, it's not about whether you can perform under pressure. It's about whether you're willing to stop being who you've been to become who you could be. And that, my friend, isn't achieved by reading motivational quotes or waiting for divine inspiration. It's achieved by jumping without a safety net, without guarantees, driven only by the unyielding certainty that living half dead isn't an option. Here ends your comfort. Here begins your real challenge. If you wish to leave a mark proving you were here, that you chose not to hide, comment below. I embrace the abyss. Write it. Let it be recorded that amidst the noise, you chose to move toward the fire instead of fleeing. Before I go, I'll leave you with one final image. Imagine yourself taking your last breath. Imagine reviewing everything you were, everything you did. Do you really want to admit, in that ultimate moment of honesty, that you stayed small because you feared failure? Do you really want to be a spectator in your own life? Then move, leap, burn, scream if you must, but don't stop. The world doesn't need more shadows walking, it needs fires. And if you dare, you can be one of them. We'll meet in the next abyss. Or perhaps, if you choose to stay where you are, we'll never see each other again. Until then, let yourself burn, let yourself hurt, let yourself live. Nietzsche wasn't trying to comfort you. He wasn't offering excuses. He knew the only path to true power was through the inner fire, without promises of salvation. Listen carefully. Everything you fear losing under pressure doesn't exist. Everything you think will vanish if you fail holds no real value. The only true loss is when you don't belong to yourself when you need it most. This is the secret that has consumed countless brilliant minds. This is the poison that has silenced geniuses, destroyed legends, and extinguished fires before they could ignite the world. Do you want to know what separates those who rise under pressure from those who collapse? It's not technique. It's not luck. It's not talent. It's something else, something harsher, something more terrifying, something very few are willing to confront. And no, this isn't a path for everyone. It's reserved for those willing to lose everything: their image, their ego, their need for validation, their hunger for approval. Because only when there's nothing left to protect, only when you fear falling because you know you can rebuild from the ashes, only then can you perform at the peak of your abilities. Only then can you be truly free. Today, you'll understand why you failed before and how to prevent it from happening again. Today, you'll face the enemy, and you'll discover it has always borne your face.